Good evening, everyone. Hope everybody is well. I think everything's fine. We had an issue there just starting. It wouldn't start for some reason. But we're here now anyway, so that's the main thing. It just would refuse to start. That's what it did. Just utterly refused to start the live stream there for about 2 minutes. So thankfully it worked. Here's where here is where this kicks in and says no, it doesn't. Um, Let me see. I have to sort things out here. I'm a bit behind, to be totally honest, um, because there's a lot of things to discuss. To be totally honest, um, give me a moment, sorry. There's a good bit going on. Well, I hope we're all well anyway. We're not doing the game in live. I know I said we would do it tonight. We're going to do that tomorrow night. How does that sound? Just because the news is more important, to be totally honest. What the news is going on at the moment is more important than the game in live stream at the moment. Particularly, there's a few instances we have to kind of discuss, I suppose. We can't really let it go on for. We can't really, say nothing about it for a while. Um, Give me a moment, sorry. I'm just looking at other stuff here. Uh, sorry, apologies. Yeah, just getting things sorted that way. Hello, Tony. You're forced. You are forced today. You might not be forced now, but a second ago you were forced. Don't believe stabbing. What? I'm zooming on with the stabbing. We'll talk about that. Obviously, that's one of the main things we're going to be talking about tonight. We'll get into it all in a second, Tony. All the details and stuff like that. But I'm sure majority of people have thought about it. Um, yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Hello, Brian. How are we doing? That is just a notion where it is Japan used to. Yeah, that's just nonsense. That kind of thing. I've heard that before many times. That kind of thing. It's like Australia, New Zealand. It's just kind of a meme. To be totally honest, like I don't think anybody's serious when they say that. Uh, let's be fair. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about. There's that much happened the last. Like it's a tell what happens within a few days. Since I was last live Saturday, everything happens. Thankfully, I'm going to get my hair cut tomorrow too, so thankfully that won't be annoying me as much now because I have to brush my hair away. But anyway, how are we doing, everyone? Sorry, I know I was flittering away for a second there on different things. I hope we're well anyway. It's Wednesday. Hello, Kieran. How are you doing? Hope we're well this Wednesday evening. 2 more days left until the weekend. Thanks be to God. For me. It's been a long weekend. Like not long weekend, long week. It's just been totally long. It's kind of been dragging this week. To be totally honest, it's kind of up and down. To be totally honest, so no, I didn't buy one of those Kanye West. So I don't know. He's suspended from Twitter now. I had to go. He's deactivated his account. But yeah, I wouldn't buy one of them now. Maybe the True Finns would like one. I say we could probably did buy one. But they don't really need it anyway. They already have the attire. Let's put that. Especially week. She has her armbands, etc., etc. She has them already. Sunday was hectic, yeah. Not only that for me personally, it's been a dragging week. I suppose that's about it. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Not just internationally here. My personal life, I suppose, too. It's been a lot. Lot of bits and bobs to do this week, but apart from that, we're fine now. But long story short, I want the kind of the week to be over and the weekend to be done. Usually, I'm not looking for like. Usually, I'm not always like, oh, I want the weekend to come. But this week I'm just kind of like, I want the weekend to come, just so we can chillax. Yeah, you don't need a haircut. Yeah, well, I need to get a haircut. Yeah, it was them. We were talking about that during the weekend. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but they said it was maintenance, but it wasn't maintenance. It couldn't be that long maintenance, and it wasn't scheduled too. So I presume it was some kind of cyber attack, and they won't say, "Hello, Little England, how we doing?" It's not going too bad. Not going too bad at all. But I presume that's what happened with the PlayStation Network. It was a cyber attack because there's no other explanation why it went down. I think it was what was it, 40 something hours. It was a long time now. It was a good few hours. But yeah, we'll get it when we probably play the game, the DLC for the Moomin game tomorrow night. I just cut my own head. Yeah, I know some people do, but I just rather go and get a cut. To be totally honest, with the sitters, I could go to WeCare for that too. Um, but yeah, no, there's a lot to discuss. In terms of different things. We probably won't get through a lot of it tonight because there's that much to discuss. See, that's only the worst. When I used to, a few years ago, I used to be on live every night. Nowadays, not so much. It's only twice a week, and the things pile on. Like there's other things I haven't discussed, um, for the last month that I need to discuss at some point that I need to bring up. Um, but there's that much. You generally would have to be here for hours and hours and then to go through it all. But I do my best. That's what I do. Um, but we give it a few minutes. We usually wait for a few minutes before we get started, so we'll give it a few minutes. The Super Bowl. You were watching the bowl. Sorry, I thought you said the Super Bowl. I was like, yeah, I know that was on, but I didn't watch it. But yeah, like a lot of people do cut their own hair. You'll be surprised, but I just rather go and get a cut and be done with. I wouldn't want to be going to Finland to get my hair cut anyway. Yeah. Never went to a barber in your life. You must have went at some stage. Jeez, you couldn't be that mean. But it's not that bad. It's only €15 where I go. €15 in Helsinki. Did I tell you the bit of when I was over there in Helsinki? My mother wanted to go and get her hair done, like a wash and blow dry, not like a cut, just a wash and blow dry. That's all. Uh, Loves fun the local businesses, indeed. But yeah, no, but when I went to Helsinki, my mother was getting not me, but I don't know how much it would be for me. But she only wanted the wash and blow dry. Right? How much was it? I think I told you this before. I don't know if you remember. But when I was over there that time, one stage, my mother went down the street because there was a hairdresser just down the street. And that's just for wash and blow dry. So imagine how much it would be for cotton. The sitters. We could go to the Parliament House for that too to get a haircut. But yeah, that was €50 they were looking for a wash and blow dry. Just for that, not to get a cut or anything, just a wash and blow dry. €50, please. That's what they were looking for. And that must be just the standard rate in Helsinki, I say. Because obviously it's an expensive country, so I say that's the standard rate for that. Not to mention probably getting your hair cut is probably 50. And then probably if you were getting it washed, you'd probably be making €70 a good cost. I don't know. I might try it someday if I have a chance, just for the shits and giggles. But that's how much it would be for. But I don't know how much for men's hair. Maybe cheaper. Less than 5 minutes. Yeah. So I'd rather get a cut. Just be done with it. The only effort is having to go to it. That's the only thing. I don't mind paying it. It's only €15. It's not too much. Anyway. And again, especially I'm not there every week. I go. Last time I went, it was December, just before Christmas. Was it actually? No, it was before Christmas. Yeah, just before Christmas. Yeah, I was going to go when I went to the thing in Dublin, but I said no, I'm not bothered. Hello, Vian. Good evening. That's the last time. I can't remember the date now, but it was before Christmas anyway. And then I was going to go before the thing, but I said I wouldn't bother. But yeah, so it's every pretty much 2 months or 3 months when you see me going to the hairdresser. Take blue. Jeez, I'm not going to dye my hair. I could have done it long ago. I don't intend to start now. Um, Not that I'm going to stop now. Anyway. Let me just get this. Sorry, give me a moment. Sorry, tricking about. Cavan supporter. I don't think I will. If ever, maybe I will for someday for charity. We do a charity thing and I'll dye my hair or shave my hair off or something like that. Something like that would be fun for charity, but just doing it randomly. Um, I don't think it would make much sense, but I wouldn't mind doing it for charity. I know one person who did it. He went around for a few months with blue hair. That's when I was at school, secondary school. He did it for charity. He raised a good bit of money. It was 500 and something. And that was just from students and stuff like that giving it. So it was a good bit of money he raised for charity that time. It was 550 or something like that he raised, which was good again, but he went around for a few months with blue hair and stuff like that. Like funny. No, actually, no, I tell a lie, it was green hair. It was even worse again. It was green, and then he went to blue. So he basically went from green to blue and then back to his own hair, which was black. So so pretty much he went from that to that. 20 plus, where are you? In Dublin, maybe, yeah. Like here it's only 15 where I am, my local barbers here. It's €15 they do, the charge. As I say in Helsinki, if you were getting a wash and blow dry, Fiona, for a woman, it's €50. Play up. So there you go. So we get started then, right? Sorry, I'm too busy yapping. Hello, later. How are you doing? Good evening. So we all know about this. I'm sure people have seen it. Thankfully, nobody was killed. And that's the main thing, that nobody was killed. But we're very lucky that nobody was killed. To be told, it's a miracle because again, there was a lot of the victims were slashed on the neck around here, and it's very serious when something slashes your neck because there's a lot of veins here, etc., etc. So you box cutters, blades, and one of these people was standing in the doorway of their house. So you're not safe literally in the doorway of your house, unfortunately nowadays. So apparently, and again, we don't know much. The Gardaí got very quiet now since it's happened. Apparently, it was a random attack. Maybe it was. Maybe he just lost the plot, but I don't know. But long story short, he has a criminal record. It doesn't say here, but he's from Brazil. He's from Brazil. He's in the Portuguese interpreter. He can't speak English as far as I'm aware. But he does have a criminal record, and the question is, why was he not deported when he broke the law before? Because he had €5,000 worth of cocaine and cannabis in 2022 when he first arrived in the state, and he was caught by Garda Síochána with that. The question is, and he was out on bail. He's still on bail, not for this incident, but it's that, as I say, for the drug offence, he was out on bail. The question is, why was he not sent home? Because it's a serious enough thing to have a lot of drugs and selling them for distribution, for profit. So I don't know why he wasn't sent home, because obviously he's no addition to Irish society. He didn't seem to have a job or anything like that, so he was no addition to anybody, to be totally honest, in the first place with these forced convictions. So basically, this shouldn't have happened, what I'm trying to say. Well, of course he acted alone. Like, it was one fellow, like, it's very obvious that he acted alone. Whatever about maybe terrorism, I don't know. I think maybe he done it his own. I don't think it was terrorism. But I don't know why he wasn't sent home for that offence that time when he was selling drugs. He should have been deported. That's what the deportation system's for. And obviously, too, he wasn't contributing to Irish society. He should have been sent home for it. But yeah, obviously, we're not going to send him home now. He have to lie in prison for a few years for his offence because it's attempted murder. But again, it could have been so much worse. Only for, and again, I just have to give credit. I know sometimes they talk shit at the guards, etc., but there was none unarmed member of the guard on Garda Síochána that took the fella in. So in fairness to the guard that took him in, he didn't have a weapon. It was just an only guard on the beat. He took a credible risk, put himself in huge risk to arrest the suspect. So we just, we have to give credit where credit's due. That member from Garda Síochána took a huge risk in taking on the suspect. So we do have to take that member from Garda Síochána for stopping him, because it could have been a lot worse if he could have got near children. Take for example, he could have went near children. We don't know. So only for that guard taking on him and putting a stop to his rampage, we could have been talking about 2 or 3 children lying dead on the ground. But again, he should have been out in bail in the first place. I think anybody with sense would tell you that. Hello, Frank. Hello. Good evening. I don't know if I'm missing anybody here. Hello, David. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't see you. Hello, everyone. Only sorry, I knew I missed a good bit. But that's what I take in it. Because again, as I said to you before, it's all right if he broke a traffic law. If he broke law, he had a car and he didn't see this traffic light, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But selling drugs, etc., as particularly when you're not a citizen of the country, you should be sent home. So it's that if you have a criminal record of any kind like that, anything serious like that, but something small, something minor, we could overlook that a bit. But something like this, particularly beforehand, he was out in bail for this offence. He shouldn't have probably got bail in the first place. But we have to look into it, I suppose. There's not much we know about it at the moment. We don't know he just lost the plot, or what was the story. But it does raise questions, and why he was allowed into the state in the first place. Did he have a criminal conviction from Brazil? That's the next question we need to ask ourselves, because remember the fellow from Slovakia. I think it was the fellow who murdered Ashley Murphy. He had a criminal conviction before he arrived in this state, and he shouldn't have arrived in this state, because if he had a criminal conviction, he shouldn't have been allowed in. So that's my question. Did he have a criminal conviction in Brazil before he left that country to come here? That's the next question. That's what I'm saying. He only arrived recently enough. And again, he was arrested, I think it was just when he arrived, or just a bit after he arrived in 2023, for drug possession, for cannabis, of €5,000 or more. And he was allowed out on bail for that. So it's beggars belief how he didn't get prison, or he didn't get sent home for that. I wouldn't mind, as I say, if he only littered on the ground or something. That's a minor offence. That can be overlooked. That's either here nor there. But something like that, trying to distribute drugs to young people, take for example, for them to be addicted, etc., because we had the call as it is. He probably shouldn't have been let into Irish society. He probably should have been sent home, because he was given an opportunity to make a life here in Ireland. He blew it. It's simple as that. He blew it when he decided to sell drugs, and he certainly blew it now by trying to kill 3 innocent men, just going about their business. And could have killed more, as I say, only for that member from Garda Síochána. I know we give shit to Garda Síochána every day of the week. But in fairness to that guard, it was an unarmed guard. He took on a fellow with a knife, with box cutters, etc. So to put himself at huge risk. I think we have to acknowledge that guard for putting himself out there, for putting himself in danger. And again, unfortunately, only for that guard, we could have been looking at 3 or 4 people dead. So in fairness to that guard, he did put himself in huge danger to stop him from doing anything. But that's just my opinion. Again, that's what I see. That's the way I see it. I don't think it was the wrong place at the wrong time, to be told, because a man was just standing in his doorway. Like, if you're not safe in your doorway, then you might as well live in the box the rest of your life. Because if you're not safe in your front door, on your doorway, then I don't know where you're going to be safe. Because it's definitely not whatever about being on the street. Things can happen. It can happen, but being at your front door, I don't know if it's the wrong place at the wrong time. Of course, things can happen, but I don't know. I don't agree with that. Saying it's the wrong place at the wrong time. Particularly, as I say, he was standing at his front door, and then the fellow was pushing the bicycle. There's a lot more I could say about it. That's my initial thoughts. It wasn't meant to be his front door. Yeah, he was supposed to be inside. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's the wrong place, the wrong time, standing in your front door, then that was one of the victims. The other fellow was pushing his bike down the street, and I think the other fellow was at his door too, as far as I know. The Minister for Justice said that. And the Labour TD, what do you call it? the one that got in instead of the Hutch, whatever you call her, I can't think of her name. I know her face. She said that too. But I don't think it was one place the wrong in this incident. I don't know what drove him. We don't know what drove him, but did he just lose the plot or what happened? Um, I suppose we don't know that. But still, nonetheless, it doesn't give him any justification to go and stab people. Um, but again, we have to be thankful for that. There was nobody killed, and that's the main thing. That everybody's still alive. Some of them are injured, as I say, with neck injury, with stab wounds on their neck. But at least nobody is dead. That's the main thing. But again, there could always be another, like as we see it in, unfortunately, the Guard of Remembrance just last November. Uh, you know, things can happen. Simple as that. We don't. There's always another time. Unfortunately, there's always tomorrow, and we don't know. Simple as that. We don't know if there's going to be another stabbing incident tomorrow. So, and it's an unfortunate thing that the country has become very unsafe. That you can't even stand in your front door, and that's raises the main question. You can't stand in your front door nowadays without being stabbed. We don't want to get like London. Yeah, it seems to be going by the Labour Party. Um, yeah, but he should have. As I said to you, he had a criminal conviction before. It's the same with the fellow that stalks Anna Maron. He had a criminal convictions, two criminal convictions before for stalking other women and for threatening to kill them, etc., etc. He probably should have been sent home, when he committed these forced offence, and then obviously the second offence was even worse again, threatening to kill somebody, etc., etc. But obviously this is a lot more serious because it actually, was physical injury, etc., etc., and obviously tried to kill them. Let's put it that way. He generally did. He didn't have it. The only intention he had in his mind was to kill these people. For whatever reason, he thought that, but that was what he said. That's more or less what the person wanted to do. Because again, you wouldn't go around with a box cutter trying to stab people in the neck if you didn't intend to kill them. Simple as that. Um, yeah, he went for a pint after that, but obviously it must be quite a shock to him. Just going about your business and all of a sudden you get stabbed in the neck. It must be. It's still regardless if you went to the pub, etc., etc. It must be a huge shock. It must be a huge shock. It generally is, and obviously then the emotional trauma of it too. Probably having nightmares, etc., etc. Because and then being afraid to go out in the street too, because it does happen. PTSD does happen. Post traumatic stress disorder can happen. Um, you know, and that's the sad thing, and especially for people living nearby too, with maybe young children, etc., etc. It's a huge effect on the community and society as a whole that people don't feel safe opening the door now because they could get stabbed in the neck. And unfortunately, that's the precedent that's been set. But we have to see, what happens. But that's just my initial thoughts. But I do hope the people that were stabbed, I hope to make a full recovery. I hope they're okay now. Obviously, it's going to take a huge effect on it, but please God that they make a full. We're all going to make a full recovery. It's not life-threatening injuries, but still, at the end of the day, our thoughts are with them at the moment, and with the wider community too in that area of Dublin. Because obviously, it must be a huge shock for with young children, children there. Um, God forbid if a child did see a man stabbing somebody in the neck, etc., etc. But hopefully that didn't happen. So we'd be happy to know. Now, you're still going to give me shit for this. Give me a second. Uh, so you'd be happy to know everybody's going on a trip. When I mean everybody, our good ministers in our government have decided the taxpayer will pay for the trip. So unfortunately, we're not going on the trip, unfortunately, but they are going on trips. So yeah, obviously Taoiseach Micheál Martin's going to Texas. Whatever, but why he's going to Texas? He's going to Washington, Simon House, Philadelphia. Darrell O'Brien's going to Miami, Los Angeles, Boston, New Hampshire. Patrick O'Donovan, Jennifer Cobb McNeil, New York. Etc. etc. Pascal Dunner, Germany. Norma Foley, London. Can the keeper over there? The Holy See, James Brown. why are we going to China? Just to say, because Eamon and Ryan went to China last time. Uh, does it not cost a lot of emissions to go to China? Jim Lawless, India, Mary Butler's going to Denmark, Sweden. Now you're going to give me shit for this one. We have to go with Hildegard Knockton to China, to Japan. Sorry. Now you're going to give me huge shit for this one, and I would love to know the reason why. To be totally honest, not for the shit, but I would love to know the reason what was the thought process behind this. Why is my local TD going to Finland? That's what I need to know. So, Neve Smith, if you're watching this, hook me up. I go with you to Finland. I'm good friends with half of the Finnish political parties. So, hook me up. I'd be a good representative of the Irish state to go to Finland if there ever was. So, like the list goes on. Like, this is costing. Like, I would love to see the price for all of this. The hotel rooms, the flights, must be millions. Like, it must be 30 something million, 40 something, 50 million to send these people to Timbuktu. Like, literally everywhere. Like, they're literally going everywhere. Like, you would have to ask yourself, why is this? But it is very funny, and many people have pointed out that out of everybody, Neve Smith, my local TD, so the Irish government want to find out what I've been doing in Finland. Let's put that way. That's my thoughts, and that's what somebody said to me, that the Irish government are trying to figure out what I'm doing over in Finland that time. So there could be questions about why I was there. But yeah, that's what I'm suggesting. The Irish government should hook me up and go to Finland for hire. Representative, yes. Hello, Assassin. Good evening, and your mum too. How are we doing? I missed a good few things there. Sorry. I would know already there. I've done that, but no. They should. They really should, and particularly Neve Smith probably really should, because I know some of them already over there. So I probably should be sent there. And I don't mean to say I mean the free holiday or that from the government, but I would happily pay for my own ticket, etc. If they wish me to go. Again, I could have went for St. Patrick's Day because it was actually asked over by the Irish community over there, but I rejected it because it'd be too cold to mount. Like, it's too cold at the moment in Finland, so so I probably should be getting a free ticket to Finland, but it's very funny now. Like, out of everybody, the local TD's going for Finland, so it's very coincidental. It's very weird. Like that. But yeah, I've had a good laugh over that. Just to say. No, I'm here. Sorry. But yeah, I was going. Yeah, you think they would? You think they would give me a leg up? Particularly again, and if Neve Smith's watching this, she would probably, yeah, definitely knows I was over there. Like, the world definitely know, pretty much. Because it was a big thing when I went over there now. Particularly when I said before that I probably would never leave the country, in terms of going on holidays and stuff. And then just all of a sudden, I didn't tell anybody, I just kind of went. So that was the biggest shock, I suppose. And a lot of people thought it was gone for good. So that was a big shock and awe thing, I suppose. I probably should have stayed there when I was there, just for shock and awe factor, because that's what caused it. Hello. Swan just come to. Let me see. But yeah, no, it has to sound entitled or anything like that. Just seeing this just before, the central bank has collected almost 40,000 from the Israeli state since 2021 for facilitating its bonds, which are marketed in the way you basically is basically war profiteering, in my humble opinion. But yeah, we do nothing to stop it because it's, we think we probably would try and stop it. But no, this country just allows these things to happen. Just seeing that earlier on, again, it's happening all the time in this country. Now, here's from News Talk. What did we join the Commonwealth? So there was a big crying match in the Dáil. Another big row with me whole. It's like, to me, it seems weird. What they call Mikey Healy way is over this side. I'm used to him. There's no Foley there. I don't know what you call it. But yeah, so basically, long story short, a big crying match. They're all calling each other liars. And they wouldn't be wrong. Half of them are liars. All of them nearly are liars. So they're not wrong there. So let's put it that way. Really? Yeah, of course. Of course. That's what the better send Paddy from the pub. Now, regrettably, the Lebanese government has set a new court date. It was supposed to be today. And regrettably, the court system in Lebanon has pushed this further on. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is it was supposed to be today. Now it's been set for this is September. Sorry. Coming. And again, in my opinion, I think we should, and I know people will probably say different, but I do think we should bring this perpetrator to the Irish state to try him here, because I don't think in Lebanon they're going to do justice for this young lad that was killed in peacekeeping. I generally don't take that. So I think we should bring the suspect here and deal with him here in terms of that. That's what I think, because I don't think the justice system over there is going to do them justice. But it's not good enough that the Lebanese authorities are kicking it down the road and don't want to deal with it. And I do think we should bring the suspect here. That's what I think we should do. Because I don't see them convicting this person, unfortunately, that killed this young man and his peacekeeping duty. I don't think the Lebanese government are going to do it, to be totally honest. But it's not good enough. It should have been done long ago. It's not good enough. It's simply not good enough, and I just want to say that it's not good enough. That, and particularly as Irish people, shouldn't allow it to go unpunished. This crime, killing a young man with his whole life ahead of him. Hello, Gordon. Good evening. But yeah, no, that's something. We're all Hispanic. Everybody's Hispanic. I identify as Hispanic. I probably went a bit too far. Now, this is every day. Like, let's be fair, it's every day, bro. Like, OT put up a thing last night, a video, asking why, is there still people on trolleys? And then he said there won't be anybody on trolleys. About 10 years ago, nearly at this stage. And long story short, they don't give a shit. Simple as that. As we speak at the moment across the whole country, there's about 700 people just this morning gone by. There's about 700 people waiting for beds this morning in Ireland. And that's a lot of people. That is a lot of people. Take, for example, in Cavan, too. If you combine the Red Hills in County Cavan, people from Cavan will know, Red Hills and Milltown, so basically two villages, you combine them together, you get about 700 people. So basically the population of two villages put together is the amount of people waiting just this morning on a bed. Just a bed. Not to get treated or anything, just to even get a bed. And again, every day is in Cavan, 20 people are waiting on trolleys. And OT, your question of why it's still happening. That's simply because, and the simple answer is they just don't give a shit. Simple as that. It's simple as that. They don't care. Yeah, we won't go there identifying as Hispano. But I wouldn't be surprised somebody identifies as Hispano, in all seriousness. Now, we have a new director of service in Cavan. Pretty much, and people ask what the director of service is, pretty much in charge of all services of the council in terms of housing, directs the funds, etc., etc. Pretty much it's like the chief executive, but the chief executive is higher. So just to inform you that there's nothing really much to say there, but and just going back to Cavan General Hospital, they're going to do a huge extension out the back, which is great news, but it's going to take 9 billion years for this to happen. So they're talking about 58 additional beds, a huge amount of stuff, but it's all well and good. But how much is this going to cost? Uh, like it is going to cost probably an arm and a leg. We're talking about maybe 3 or 4 billion. Because let's be fair, they can build nothing in this state. So I'm already predicting that this is going to go way over budget. It's going to be 2 or 3 billion just for 58 beds, this square meters, all this kind of stuff. I presume it will be 2 or 3 billion, maybe going on 5 billion. Because let's be fair, they can't build anything in this country. So it's going to be trillions a year. It's going to be no, but let's be fair. It's just the truth. You have to call a you have to call a spanner a spanner. We have to call a spanner a spanner. Electricity. Yeah, but everybody's back online now. In terms of, there's nobody in the country left without power at the moment, which is good. Uh, but it took an awful long time. I'm sure you agree. But yeah, Tom. Who's Tom? What Tom? Who is Tom? Tom Tipper, the postman. I don't know if anybody gets that reference. Oh my god, my god. So this just in a few minutes ago. Donald Trump just had a conversation with Vladimir Putin. Uh, there's that much writing. I don't know where to start. Uh, um, yeah, so hopefully there's something to be done in Ukraine. We'll see, but what is happening here now? Oh right, that's who that was. Oh, no, there's nobody that I know of. No, I don't think there is. It's Tom Tipper, the postman. Um, so there's a lot of coping at the moment. That's what it is, pretty much. Sorry, I'm just reading through things here. Oh, dude. I don't know. I don't know where we are now. We went from talking about spanners and wenches and everything. Now we're talking about, I don't know. It's raining men. Jeremy. Oh, no, I don't think it is. We went. Now we're talking about food. Great. This is an all for one channel. That's what it is. Like we talk about politics and then we'll go on to food and then we'll talk about this. At this stage, we might as well just become, I don't know, every channel on YouTube. A coconut, and now we're on about coconuts. Great stuff. Delicious. I never actually had a coconut. I know that sounds stupid, but I don't think I ever did. As far as I can remember. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Good evening, Green Face. How are you doing? Did you watch any more of that YouTube channel? Now we're talking about West. What's keeping you? I don't know. um, just in the door. In the door. Uh, Let me see. I can't think. I was going to say. I was going to say something. Can't remember now. Still playing lame cartoon games. Lame cartoon games. Excuse me. How dare you? You offended everybody in Finland. It's going to be like that South Park episode. Um, we're going to be playing a bit more, but not tonight, of course. Hello, boy. It's been a while since I've been chatting. Hello, how are you doing? Boy, it's good to see you. It's been a good while. It must have been. I don't know. Well, you've been here. I think the last time you were here was December or something like that, if I remember correctly. I don't think I've seen you since the new year. What has happened here now? Walking away. It was good to see you. I would say Happy New Year, but it's a bit far too late for that. But yeah, we're playing the DLC tomorrow night. We're supposed to do it tonight, but we didn't get around it. But he didn't get anywhere. Ba-bum. Everybody's just giving up, folk. I don't know what to say. Sorry, just checking them. Let me see. Tell us the 12th of February. Good God. Just looking at every day I'm looking at my calendar on my phone. And it's hard to think it's the 14th. No, it's not the 14th, the 12th, sorry. The 14th. Like Dark Viper EU has my brain gone 14-page document. 14 pages. 14 pages. Nothing. Getting the same as she got last year. There's no money. Us cabin people have no money to send. Valentine gifts. I remember last year, actually, speaking of Valentines and stuff like that, I remember last year, they were literally like, cabin people spend more money than anybody else in the country on Valentine's Day. And everybody, that was straight up misinformation, disinformation. It's all far white nonsense. Yeah, just seen that earlier on. 14 pages. No, it isn't. No, we're not done that. It's Dogfight AU weapons. Anyway, we have other things to discuss. I was too busy yapping. That's the problem with me. I was sleeping for a few minutes. So just speaking, just this happened literally just today. Gardaí investigating a woman rushed to hospital in Galway. Apparently, it was seen to be another knife. As far as I can tell, it's hard to gather it. But it does seem to be either a stabbing or somebody was assaulted in some kind of way. I don't know. I don't know all the details, so I suppose it's inappropriate for me to suggest it was a knife. Uh, so I don't know, to be told honest. But again, unfortunately, these things are becoming like nobody, unfortunately, bats an eyelid, and that's the unfortunate thing. These things happen every day of the week now, unfortunately, in our cities and our towns. And nobody bats an eyelid. You know, you probably didn't even hear about this because it's just a normal. Unfortunately, and unfortunately, again, unfortunately, I have to say, it is just a normal thing nowadays. Unfortunately, in the modern Ireland that we live in, that these things happen. There's stabbings, there's murders. You know, there's these things happening, kidnappings. God forbid, worse than that, too. Um, it's unfortunate we have to say, but it's just people who are. How would you describe it? Immune to listening to this because they're so used to listening to it. It really drags out no emotion in people because people are so used to listening to violence, you know, in terms of violence happening all the time in our country. It's a sad thing to say, but it's the truth. Yeah, like that was just a hoax. It does need to be investigated. Um, it needs to be looked into. But it didn't. It wasn't a credible threat. There was no devices found or anything. But still, whoever did it caused a lot of panic because children were like there was a lot of children crying and stuff like that because they thought that they were going to blow up and the school was going to blow up. So you know, whoever that needs, it needs to be because again, it's a false reporting of a threat. You can't just. It's the same if you're in a crowded building. You can't just shout fire. Um, you know, and obviously then take up the emergency services, etc., etc. But obviously the person uh, who's done that should be prosecuted and should be found, and particularly doing it on the school, young children in primary school. It's not acceptable. It shouldn't be acceptable. Uh, PlayStation probably GTA 6 will come out showing it. But no, that was atrocious. I seen that yesterday morning. Um, I say it probably was just some child that did it. To be told, funny enough, I say it's just some student of the school that did it, thinking it was a big joke. But I hope and God the Shinna Connor are looking into it and trying to find who is the person responsible for it, because they caused a lot of fear and upset. Um, and you know, we don't want that, particularly on our young children. We don't want them to be in fear. Unfortunately, in Irish society nowadays, is probably the majority of children are in fear. But we don't want them. We shouldn't accept it as parents, as citizens, that young people be in fear to go to school. Not even that to walk the streets, etc., etc. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think it was a student. I know that sounds probably stupid. I think it was probably sixth class student or something like that. Something stupid like that. But we see. I could be wrong. I'm just throwing darts at the dartboard. Um, I could be totally wrong. Don't quote me on that. But it does seem maybe it could be. But whoever it was anyway should be prosecuted, regardless of who it is. Um, Never be caught. Yeah, well, I don't know would they ever be caught. It depends. They have to probably suss out the email address and stuff like that. Hopefully they do be caught, but we see. Because again, it's easy enough to track email addresses and stuff. The state has the resources to do it if they wanted to do it. But again, if you misgender somebody online, you know about it. Let's put it that way. That's what the state is too busy doing. If you misgender somebody online, you're the hell bound to find out who you are and what your name is, etc. If that makes sense. It's the same in Britain at the moment. If you say something that the state doesn't agree with, you know, the literally bust the balls to find out who you are, etc. etc. And that's just the Western society, unfortunately, now. Instead of finding these people who are doing these things. Yeah. And especially because, again, it caused a lot of upset, and even schools that wouldn't, like, closed and stuff because of it. Parents were still panicking, children were panicking because, you know, hearing that, you know, somebody made a threat that there could be bombs in the school could blow up, you know, hearing that as a young child in junior, senior reference, you know, you'd be terrified, you'd be mortified. Even children, just even in sixth class and stuff, you'd be mortified. Yeah. And then you'd be scared to go back to school too. If you were a young child too, you'd be terrified, even if it's, you know, even if the Gaudi said it's 100% okay to go back to school, etc., etc. Oh, I don't know about lockdowns. It shouldn't have to happen anyway. For a long time, even when I was at school, there was no such thing as school lockdowns, etc., etc. We shouldn't have to do it in society. There shouldn't be a thing in Irish society, particularly. There shouldn't be a threat out there that children will be afraid to go to school and have to go to lockdowns. But I do agree with you to some extent. Things have got more violent, etc., etc. But it's unfortunate we have to do it. We probably would have to do it sooner or later. It's an unfortunate thing to say, or even just security. But again, as I said, it's so unfortunate we have to do it. I passed that, yeah, probably, yeah, that too. We forgot about that bit. Yeah, we were never in lockdown. That's good. There's no. When I was growing up, there was no credible threats. Like there was not much guns in Ireland. It's more knives and more dangerous nowadays, as we've seen in Parnell Street. What happened there? It's more that than guns, stuff like that. Because it's quite hard to get a gun in Ireland, and I suppose it's all for the better. Because again, these things would happen if guns were just able to be purchased off the street, etc., etc. During the break, yeah, with my school too, there was an hot dog yet just come in. So just moving on to Finland now for a second. So the current Finnish Prime Minister is just not bothered to go to the Munich business, like the security conference in Munich. And this is not the first time. You probably remember before it was his wife's anniversary. No, her birthday, sorry, not her anniversary, her birthday. Back a while ago, and he didn't go to a big summit in Europe. So, unfortunately, he's always thought that because everybody always says Sanna Marin did this, Sanna Marin did that. So I don't know why he just isn't bothered to go. Again, this is just becoming the new normal in Finland that the prime ministers are just not bothered to go. Because this is at this stage, that's what's happening. They're just not asked to go to these these conferences. Again, Sanna Marin, again, in fairness, they went to every one of them. Like even her own birthday, oftentimes, even her own daughter's birthday, she still went, to the conferences, etc., etc., to represent Finland. Again, the current Finnish prime minister is just not asked. Couldn't be asked. CBA couldn't be asked to do it. No, it's not. The Irish, like you probably referencing Conor McGregor. No, the Irish presidency doesn't have any power. That's just a ceremonial role. You pretty much the only thing you have really power over is in terms of legislation when the government votes in legislation. The House is the Oireachtas and the Dáil the Shannon. You have to sign off it in the law. You have to sign off it as president of Ireland. That's the only really. You have no political influence. Pretty much, you're just there to really uphold the constitution. Pretty much, wouldn't say in terms of the laws come to you to sign. But pretty much, you have no power because at the end of the day, you have to sign it anyway. They can send it 3 times to the Supreme Court if they think it's unconstitutional. But after that, they have to sign it if the Supreme Court says, yeah, it's fine. So it's pretty much, you can do nothing as the Irish president, pretty much. You do nothing. That's what he is. The only power, and the other power you have is commander-in-chief of the army, which is only a ceremonial war. It's not like you're commanding the army or anything like that, but it's just pretty much you do nothing. In the grand scheme of things, and you represent Ireland on the world stage. Pretty much is no. It's not like the U.S. presidency. It's the separation of powers. The Dáil and the Shannon have the majority of the power. And the presidency is only a ceremonial role. That's what it is now. And some people it's hard to understand, but it's just that. It's not game night tonight with Gizmo. Yeah, I changed my mind. It'll be tomorrow night. We just changed it because it was that much. We discussed that much now in the last 50 minutes. The Taoiseach, the Taoiseach is the Prime Minister technically. The Taoiseach's the head of the government. Yeah, the Taoiseach has all the power. Like if you want to change something in Ireland, you become the Taoiseach. The presidency is pretty much you're going to change nothing as president. Um, so it's only the Taoiseach's job that really changes because obviously you're the head of the government. You're in charge of the budgets, etc., etc. So you have more of an impact as Taoiseach because you're basically the prime minister. Um, but in Ireland, if you ever want to change something now, it's the Taoiseach's job you need more than the presidency. The presidency is just to tick a box, really, pretty much. Um, it's not like the US presidency. Like Michael Higgins can't just sign off in the morning saying, I want to do this, so I want to do that. He can't do it. He needs the approval of the Shannon of the Dáil. Yeah, the king. Yeah, but the Irish, they do actually. Yeah, it happens here too when a new government forms. They go up to the Hours of Nuchtwan, the president's house, to get their shields of office. The president gives them the seal of office on behalf of the people of Ireland when they form a government. But he doesn't go to the parliament. He doesn't go to Dáil Éireann to ignore away. But pretty much they just get the seal of office from the president. It's not really a big thing, pretty much. It's only here's the seal of office to the Taoiseach, etc. So it's not like the president can't just say, I want to get rid of the Taoiseach. Like the Taoiseach. The king probably can. Like the king probably can get rid of the prime minister of the United Kingdom if he wanted to. I don't know in terms of that, but um, that's what I think. But anyway, he'd be gone this year because he can't won. In the presidency's every 7 years. The elections here, it's a long time. He's there 14 years. Michael D. Higgins is president. He can't win again. It's only try anyway. He's 90 if he won again. So who made the try? I don't think we know, but I presume it's some young person that didn't know what they were doing. What I mean by that is they didn't know the consequences of their actions. But we see, I could be wrong on that. But hopefully the person is found, whoever did it. But yeah, Michael D. Higgins won't be there. It'll be some new person. I don't know who it's going to be, but it could be Bertie Helm. We don't know. It's only in a few months' time. Like we'll be sitting here talking to the presidential election. But yeah, that's what's going to be. I say it'll be Bertie Helm. Even though I don't like Bertie Helm. But I say that's who people are going to vote for because all the old people love Bertie. Like, not the young people, but the old people love Bertie. Has to bring it to the president. Yeah, the president can't dissolve the Dáil. In the Irish constitution, it's the Taoiseach who has to go to the president to dissolve the Dáil. The president can't just say, fuck this, suspend the Dáil and stuff like that. He can't do it. The Taoiseach has to go to him. The Irish constitution specifically says the Taoiseach has to tender the resignation of the government and of himself. Does that make any sense? He's 82, I think, 82, something like that. So he would another 7 years. He'd be 90 or so. But you have to remember Gizmo too. Eamon de Valera was president until he was 93. Like Eamon de Valera was an Alex Nuke one up until he was 93 in 1970. Like for a long, long time. Like Eamon de Valera was there for a long, long time, but he was very functional. So he might not have been physically be able to move around and stuff, but he was very functional in the brain and stuff. And he knew what he was doing. So it wouldn't be unusual for an Irish president to get to that age. Eamon de Valera was 92, 93 when he left the presidency. After 1960, yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, 70 something. Yeah, yeah, it was an email. But I might be wrong with it, but that's what it seems like to me. That's what it seems like to me. I could be wrong because they wouldn't understand. If you were a sixth class student, you wouldn't fully understand the consequences of it. That the whole schools have to be shut down. The Gardaí would have to bring in extra resources and waste Gardaí time. Like, take for example, God forbid, something happened in Ennis. Take for example, there was a stabbing in Ennis, and there was no Gardaí to go to because they were all in the schools. You're looking for a bomb that didn't exist. You get what I'm saying. And then bringing out the bomb disposable unit, the army bomb disposable unit. It's a huge waste of Garda time and resources, etc., etc. But again, hopefully the person is found because it's not acceptable that kind of carry on happens in this country. That's what I'm saying. There has to be some kind of thing. Yeah, but we see you anyway. It's August, isn't it? The presidential elections in August this year. Yeah, sometime. Is it August? I can't remember actually. I should remember these things. I can't. I was. I don't think they've set a date. I presume they will have the referendum for the European courts. It's October the 27th. That's what it says for me. October the 27th. Good evening, Sean. Yeah, October the 27th. It could be wrong now. No energy, yeah. That was a different time in Ireland. But it was very popular because obviously participated in the 1916 Rising. Um, that was the only reason why he was kept around. But he was a long time in politics. Like Eamon de Valera, the funniest thing about it, he was Taoiseach for a long, long time. He was president for a long, long time, and you never hear about him nowadays in modern Ireland. You never hear of, even though he was such a long time as president and Taoiseach, as I say, he's never mentioned nowadays. But as I say, but when anytime anybody brings up Eamon de Valera, I do think he sold out Michael Collins. Don't get me wrong on that one. But I do give him credit for when he was Taoiseach during the Second World War, keeping Ireland out of the conflict. So I do give him credit for that. Whatever but anybody says about Eamon de Valera, I do give him a lot of credit for that, keeping the country neutral and not sending us into a war that we had no business fighting. That would only cause pain and suffering on everybody in this island. So that's the only thing I would say about Eamon de Valera. That's the only bit of credit I would give him for anything. That he did keep the country safe, with a few exceptions, obviously the bombing in Dublin, etc. But the country was generally unscathed. Generally speaking, a few things did happen, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just saying that in the other video yesterday. But there's always a chance it can come back. As I say, we're not beaten yet. Yeah, well, that's why Eamon Lewis sent Michael Collins to London to negotiate the Anglo-Irish Treaty, because he knew rightly. Because again, you have to remember the British Empire. I keep saying it, but the British Empire was the biggest empire at the time. And Ireland was looking for independence and stuff like that. Pretty much, you were going against a giant. You know what I'm trying to say. Um, and to get a stepping stone to freedom, as Michael Collins put it. Which was true, the Irish Free State, etc. So it was a stepping stone to freedom, because the British government were never going to give Ireland, his total freedom. They were never going to do that. So it was all, I don't know, like Eamon knew it. I'm sure he knew it, that they were never going to get what they wanted. Out of 10 Downing Street at the time with Lloyd George, etc., etc. But pretty much he said Michael Collins to bring home the bad news, pretty much, so he can blame Michael Collins. That's what I think. Yeah, but Michael Collins is the person that's always remembered in Irish. Eamon de Valera is never talked about. You never hear any mention about him. Yeah, that's another thing too. But yeah, at the time, they had all of India, they had Australia, they owned all of Africa, had hundreds. Britannia ruled the waves, an unlimited amount of ships, etc., etc. Like pretty much, Ireland was only a small country that was looking for independence. Uh, uh, you know, and I suppose too, it was good in a way too, for the British government to go to the Irish government at the time. Well, not the Irish government, but the forced stall, etc., etc. Even though it was illegal in the British thumbs. But for them to go to the Irish government and say we want some kind of treaty or some kind of understanding, because it was the British government who suggested it, because there was total anarchy in the state, because they couldn't keep law and order, because there was just total, half the country was lawless, because the OIC, the majority of people in the Royal Irish Constabulary were Irish people, and they give up their jobs, etc., so they couldn't police the country. Like there's a huge discussion we have about the Irish War of Independence. Um, yeah, no, it's all got. Everybody has power now. Yeah, Michael Collins' film is very good. It is good. It might be out of date a bit, but it's still very good. Yeah, like I agree with you there, lady. Yeah, Eamon Devlin was busy. That's why he said Michael Collins to London. Yeah, Neil Lindsay played Michael Collins. He did a good job at it. Uh, it really deserves up to date version, to be totally honest. But unfortunately, no wokeness nowadays. God knows what they do with it. So we probably should keep it as this. Because you never know what they could do with it. Like I wouldn't ask them to do it because you never know what OT could do with it either. If we give it to OT. But yeah, there's a huge discussion to be had about the War of Independence. Um, oi, oi. Do. I'll just talk about the movie now. But yeah, how did we get here? We're talking Damon Neville being president. Yeah, what age? I think it was 92 or 93 that he left the presidency at. Something like that. Long time ago, 70 something. It's sad to see that they came through the Irish Civil War. It's a pity that it did happen. Yeah, something like that. I can't remember, but he was president. So I think 73. I have to look it up actually. But it was a long time. Like he was very very old at the time. So it's hard to remember everything at the top of the head, but I remember that because he died in 1975. So I think it was 1973 when he stopped being president. Third president of Ireland. Yeah. No, that's wrong. No. Yeah, actually, no, it's right. Yeah, no. Mm, Let me see. I just want to fact check just to see am I right because I might be just talking nonsense. Yeah, 1959 to 1973. I'm right in that. Well, what age was he in 1973? Yeah. So yeah, I was right in that actually. Would you believe I was actually right? It was 1959. Yeah, that would be right because what they call it? John F. Kennedy came in 1963 and he was the president at the time. Yeah. An OT started back in 1960. Yeah. So he was 79. Yeah, 73, and he died in 75. Yeah. Um, what age did he live there? That's the question. What age did he live to? Can't remember. See, I was waiting about that. He was 92. Yeah. So he would have been 89, 80, 88. No, he wasn't 90. I thought he was always 90, but he was 89, 88 when he left the presidency. Uh, 89, 88, something like that. So pretty much you could say 90. You know, he died in 90, age 92. So I could, yeah, something like that. But I was right. He did it in 1972. Yeah, he was 32. Wasn't Michael Collins 32 when he was shot and killed in a vein and a blow? Am I right in that? I might be wrong. I don't know. Uh, I have to just fact check because it's hard to remember everything. To be totally honest. Like, because why did when I said that, he was 31. I'm great. He was 31. I was near enough right. 31. Like, I knew he was very young, but uh, it's hard to remember everything. But I know roughly, you know, roughly stuff. Like I did say about him, it was 1973. It was 1973. Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Oi, Vito. Oi, Vito. On. Should go. Which what? Oh, you mean to go? Yeah. Well, if you need to go somewhere, don't feel obligated to be here later. Just to say, because we won't be here for probably much longer now. Uh, if you need to do something, we need to go anyway. Oi, Vito. Oi. Yes, Gordon. I presume I know the answer, but go on. At last. Say the lion part. The same as I got it last year. Nothing. Like literally, Brian literally said that earlier on. So you're taking his jokes. So I hope you're happy. You're just Stephen. Stephen. Uh, so the current Finnish Prime Minister's blaming Sanna Marin, just to say. Like he's blaming literally Sanna Marin for all his problems. Like you have to remember, Sanna Marin hasn't been there nearly in a year, nearly 2 years, and he's literally saying it's all Sanna Marin's fault. It's not my fault. I'm the prime minister, but it's her fault. You know, she's gone a year, and 5 months, and there was no problems before. Homelessness wasn't going up, but it's all her fault. It's just kind of like they're just kind of giving up at this stage, in trying to talk sense. So they're pretty much just talking shit. The National Coalition Party and just saying, "Oh, it's Sanna Marin's to blame." Um, so that's what they're up to at the moment, which is good. No, it is Sandeman's fault, of course. Why? Like, how could it be Sandeman's fault? Like, she was like the homelessness was going down when she was there. So how is how is it her fault that she's gone a year and God knows a few months at this stage? That's the Xbox now, yeah. Um, but no, it's none of his whole fault. It's all these true Finns. Because it is like if you look at the charts, uh, like everything just basically fell apart when she left. Like it is true. Like the debt has gone up. Like I think I looked at the yesterday from the Helsinki Times, and the debt has never been gone up as much in so little time in Finland. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is, uh, the true Finns is to blame for this, and the National Coalition. Like they are literally to blame. So like they're just trying to kind of fuck the blame on her now because because everybody's against them. Like everybody's up on arms over it. So they're just kind of just talking shit. As they usually do. A boat? Why would need a boat? Oh no, not again, Gordon. Not this shit again. Lovely. But also, do you want to hear some good news? I don't know. Do we want to hear some good news for the first time tonight? Because everything's like fucking this, fucking that, fucking the other. No boat. No boat. I want my boat. Do we want to hear some good news? Yeah, good news for once. Imagine that. Crazy stuff. Where was this? This is in car. No, it could be wrong. No, it is not. And the boat. Jesus, what a way the Irish Navy. We don't want a backwards looking at your sovereignty. Good news. We want to hear good news. Do we really, Pod? Do we really want to hear some good news? Let me see. Are we happy to hear some good news? Spit it out. No. Hopefully she's not walking. You see now in a second, but um, not really doing too much as far as I can get. Um, Mainly because she's busy doing this. So yeah, so we all have to go out and buy this book, just to say. So it's about time, just to say, uh, because literally, it was supposed to come out last year, didn't come out, and it's coming out now in November. Apparently, in November. I don't know. Allegedly, what Santa Mount herself has said about it. So, but who knows if that's right? Because literally last year, it was all said, "Oh yeah, it's coming out definitely this time," and that didn't happen. And there's rebranding too. So she's rebranding it to Hope in Action. And when we're about courage to lead, it was before that. It was about what was I can't remember the title. Our role in the something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, so this book's coming out now on the November the 4th. So we're going to be bussing pretty much. Um, so yeah, make sure to order your books and pre-order. We have to get a link in the description. Purchase with my code. Use code. I don't know. That's what I should start doing. Get a sponsorship on the go. If Tony Blair is watching this, hit me up. We get a sponsorship on the go. So but just to tell you that. So I'm looking forward to this book. So book. So are we happy now with the good news? Everybody's lost the plot. Coach lead, of course, coach lead. Do not give up. What? I'm kind of, but you can also get you can use code banana. You can also get the thing what they got audiobook. Yuck. Chappy, no, actually no, you because she said this before like a thing she was speaking at once before that she took a lot of time out. She didn't specifically say why, but she took a lot of time on her own to just relax. So I'm gathering that she wrote those. She did write those herself because that makes sense. No, I'm not getting the audio, but I'm getting the physical copy. Yeah. But anyway, it'd be interesting to read. But long story short, it's a lot different than the Irish people, the Irish prime ministers and stuff. They'd be like, "Fucking just buy my like." Let's put it this way. Let's hear me out for a second. It's going to be a lot better than Boris Johnson's fucking book, because if I have to hear Boris Johnson's fucking book, because I was up in the fucking thing in Dublin, and the only thing I could fucking hear was about this fucking book that Boris Johnson fucking wrote, and the fucking book is nearly €50, and it's not worth fucking shit, you know. The whole fucking thing. But long story short, no, I was sick of listening to it. I was in Dublin, I heard about the book, Boris Johnson's fucking book. Anytime you ask him a question, it's all about his fucking book. And if you ask him what colour is the earth, or what colour is the earth, what colour is the moon, you know, he said it's in my book. Like, at least Santa Mountain is like, I'm just saying what I did in life and how I've succeeded and stuff like that. And how I can like give hope to other people. Boris Johnson's just like, fucking buy my book. I want money, So it's a lot different to that. So let's give our credit where credit's due. It's going to be a lot worse than Boris Johnson's fucking book. About hope, yeah. Well, she's always kind of been like that too. She's always kind of been, people shouldn't lose hope, etc., etc. Particularly, she's often talked about young people, and she sees a lot of hopelessness in young people. So it's not unusual for Santa Mountain. It might be unusual for some Irish politicians, like, what do they care about hope? But it's not unusual for Santa Mountain. I heard it many times say about hope. People need hope and to keep going. Like, I've heard it many times. There's many instances I can point out that she's used the word hope and talked about hope. Like, she did say before, and there was one thing, and I often said it, do you need hope to get out of bed in the morning? It gives you purpose, I suppose, to have hope. Take the blame. No, well, they actually did, like, that's cope. Like, no, like, the true feelings of, like, that's why, if you looked at their polls recently, that's for that way. No, because they literally fucked it up. Like, as soon as they went into government, everything just collapsed. Like, it actually did. Like, you ask anybody. Like, at the moment in time, there's trains and people on strike. Everybody's on strike because of all the cuts. Like, it's lunacy. How do I unbake a cake? You throw it out. Love the fjords. What? The fjords are by Norwegian now. We all becoming Norwegian. Past straws. Like, just speaking about strikes and stuff like that, pilots are up in arms. They're talking about strike for Finnair now. They're absolutely up in arms because the true Finns got the sitters and they cut Finnair's allowances, etc., etc. So they got the sitters and cut. And also, they cut the public transport and stuff like that. So all the rail services in Finland are going on strike because the Minister of Sitters came along and cut their allowances and cut the wages, etc., etc., because it's time to cut. So, like, every time you go through the news in Finland, is this person's getting sacked, this person lost their job. Like, pensioners are pleading for food, too, in other cases in Finland at the moment, because the Finnish government just fucking them over. And also, there's a food strike incoming in Finland, food producers and stuff like that. And also, as you say, job hunting in Finland, when you hear there's only 500, you realise how incredibly slim the chances are. And what they're talking about, the 500, that's all the jobs from the beginning of the year there is. That's been added to the Finnish economy. Only 500 jobs. So it goes on and on and on and on. And also, lucky I didn't go to Finland in March because, see that temperature. Oh, no. There's still video kid arcades. Yeah, there probably is. There's probably some still in Bundoran. The tourist hotspots where people go. So I say that's what happened. Like there is one in Bundoran. I'm just looking that up now, just so. There is one in Bundoran. There's some still in Bundoran, I think. There's probably some in Blackpool and stuff like that. Have arcade machines, probably in America, but not really here. Yeah, very big place that could have them. Yeah, like them places, Seaside was so it's not so much inside, but where children would go, for the summer holidays for the parents for a few days. Bundoran would be a perfect example. So, get me fidget spinner. Pegele o ifito. We're all going playing video games. Them damn thing. Oh yeah, GTA 6 is going to come out this year, apparently, allegedly. Allegedly speaking. Oh yeah. So they say. But in reality, is it? We ask the tough questions here. Oh, you did. Sorry, I'm reading through stuff. 2 fidget spinners. Oh. Yeah, be sooner or later to be drones delivering your pizza to your house. Two for each hand. One for each hand, sorry. 2 for each hand. Big killing. As of the 30th of January 2025, there is a total of 36 children were reported missing in the Tusla. Like, reported missing in Tusla's care, sorry. This information was obtained by independent TD Carl Nolan. So as we speak at the moment in the state, unfortunately, there's 36 missing children in Tusla's care. So this carry on still going on in terms of missing children. Obviously, they're being trafficked. There's no doubt about it that they're being trafficked. That the state is complicit in trafficking these children. I know such a bold statement to say. Though there's no St. Patrick Parade, there never was here. Maybe back in 50 years ago there was. But there you go. There's 36 missing children at the moment. You should stop one here. No, there wouldn't be much interest. There'd be only me, and that'd be it. Nobody else would turn up. Like nobody else would bother because they go to Calf and they go to Berthaud, but they don't really. Nobody really sticks around here when St. Patrick's there. So yeah, there's 36 missing children. So we have to ask the question: where is the missing children, Norma? Norma Foley is now the Minister for Children. God help us all. We had Rodrigo Gorman, he was bad, but we have even worse again, fucking Norma Foley as Minister for Children. Like, let's be fair. Could you get any worse? Could you really, really get any worse? Like, could you get any worse? Like, could we really get any worse, Norma Foley as Minister for Children? But that's really good. That's what we get. 36 missing children on the Norma Foley's watch now. So it's happening again. The same as what happened before with fucking Roderick. Roderick Gomez still hasn't answered the question. Where's the children, Roderick? Where are the missing children, Roderick? Bum bum. Sorry, I'm waiting through things. Yeah, but this is in the States, Carol. Like, think about this. This is Tuzla we're talking about. And they're being trafficked by the state. The state is trafficking them. Like, there's no way that children are just going missing. There's no way that we don't know where they are. The blank expression, yeah, very bright blank expression. Excuse me, sorry. That's when I'm reading stuff. Weaking. Yeah, no, there was way back in the day here. Oh yeah, don't get me started with the fucking Eurovision. I don't. We're not going to win it this year, unfortunately. So yeah, well, it's Jovo. Oh God. But yeah, they probably did. I say they did fund something here. Like they did fund that musical, wherever that was in Ireland. But they did give 70,000 all that. So I presume there's money going somewhere. But where we don't know. I was thinking. Yeah, like I'm just trying to take it because I heard about There was a woman that's from America or something like that. That she only turned up and she wanted the weapon sent out on, even though she doesn't live in the country. I don't know. Probably Sweden to win it again, because why not at this stage? Oh, be ever what is the most woke thing imaginable. That's what it's going to be. Uh, that's what it's going to be, definitely, 100%. Like, we shouldn't even bother to really go to the Eurovision anymore, to be totally honest. Because it's all just pretty much bullshit, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know what to say about Kanye West at the moment. To be totally honest, so I'm not even going to go there because I don't even know what to say to you about what I'm seeing. I don't even want to go there because it's just insane. Yeah, like it's not what it used to be. Eurovision, let's put it that way. Like, why is Australia and Israel, as I say, Israel's not in Europe? Like, why is this happening? Like, let's put it. If the Eurovision be in Europe, if not, then like, not even to mention the wokeness and the fortress ignorance and all that. Like, we could write a book on it. Do. Anyway, I think we'll be soon leaving the day for tonight. I'm a bit tired, to be totally honest with you. We'll go for a few more minutes and we chat. Is there anything else anybody want to say? Uh, do you want to know what's up until? Do you know what I might upload tonight? Um, just because I actually haven't done it yet. Would you believe? Um, yeah, I seen that. I seen that. Unfortunately, on Twitter, but I don't get it. I'm not even going to go there because it's totally lunacy. What's happening there? To be totally honest. Um, 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 but yeah, no, I haven't uploaded that video uh, of the time I was in the convention center. Um, of Santa Maria, and we heard it before, but the whole saying about people. Uh, I probably should upload that because it's actually it's nearly insulting that I haven't uploaded it yet. No, we're not. It's insulting that I recorded it. Paid an insane amount of money to go, and I haven't uploaded it yet. It's insane when you really think about it. So So what do we think? Do you think I should upload it tonight and be done with it and upload it? Because I've been meaning to upload it for the last God only knows how long. Um, so what do we think of that? Banana on the wood cap. Why would you do that? Uh, never really hold a talk about food. I was going to say her favourite food, but we don't actually know. See, that's why we need to buy a book. We find out our favourite food. But that's time. I think I'll upload it and just be. Hopefully, I upload it. Yeah, I think I should upload it now. It's only 2 minutes. Not that long of it. It's like not the whole lot of it, but it's only 2 minutes in or so. Because imagine I went to the event, and usually if there was another YouTuber, etc., they will vlog every minute of it and have a big video. Oh, I went to this big event in Dublin, and this is what happened. I should have done something like that, vlogged every minute of it, and be like, "This is what happened." Clickbait, thumbnail, etc., etc. I went to this event in Dublin, and you won't believe what happens next. Things like that. It would be quite funny if I'd done something like that, but I should have probably done something like that. Um, but there was no way. Hardly there was any other YouTuber in the country that went to that event. Hardly no. No, it's okay. Don't worry. But we understand. If somebody makes a small mistake and so, if it's spelling mistake, we get the gist of what you're saying. This is what happened. I should have done. It would have been funny, but if I done something like that, I don't know. People I would be like, "What the fuck?" It would have been me just giving out, but half of the people over there, I would have been kicked out very quickly, um, because there was a lot of politicians and stuff like that there, and I would have been saying, "Oh, these," I'll go the whole 9 yards. Let's put it that way. So I got kicked out because I said this to this politician, and this is what happened next. Something like that. That would have been funny. Almost died. We could have said that too. Million views. That would be funny. But no, that's what I'm saying. I probably should have done more when I was at the event. No, that's what I was thinking about. I should have probably done something more in terms of YouTube content and stuff like that. I know that sounds stupid, but I probably should have done something. So that's why the only thing I have from it is about 5 minutes of like a video that I recorded from where I was sitting, and that's about it. But I'm only going to release 2 minutes of it because the other audio is not that great. And obviously the lighting wasn't that good too, because they didn't really want. I don't think they want the people to record. But I do think this bit is the most crucial bit to upload. Ever had a white on the donkey? But anyway, lads and lassies, I think we're going to leave it there for tonight. Unless there's something anybody wants to tell me or any questions about anything. Just to say, we might do a Q&A. I put it up in the community post. We might do a Q&A soon. So if you have any questions, please leave them under that community post, if you could. Because there's been donkeys here since we've done a Q&A. And as I said I think I said in the post, if there's anybody that has any questions, because a lot of things have happened since 2 years ago, so you can write them down and I can answer them on a video, because there's probably a lot of questions about different things. If anybody wants to do that, if anybody has any questions, I can go into a good bit of detail and stuff in the video, etc., etc. So we see. If anything, just to let people know. But yeah, that's it. Is there anything else anybody wants to mention just before we go? Anything? Just turn off this music. Why is this not coming on? We go. The whole Peter, the horse is here. Yeah, so we leave it there for tonight. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. We'll be back. Hopefully, I'll go well tomorrow night to do the game, the DLC. It's only going to be short. It's not going to take long. So we should be back. I don't know what time now. Hopefully, we say around 8, give or take 8 o'clock. Right, fair enough. Hopefully, it'll be on time. I should be. But anyway, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you for being here. I'll probably upload that video clip in a while. Send him out in stock. There's been no water, so I presume he hasn't wet new or etc. etc. So there's nothing. There's no news on it pretty much. So I presume I don't know. He lives with it now. He doesn't. I don't know. He might have left the country. I don't know. I figure it out. I'll find out soon enough. But that's very. It seems like vaguely threatening. But we find out soon enough. Let's put it. But I don't think so. No, I say he's learned his lesson now because again, he's probably going to be number one. So anyway, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have to wait for the answer. No, you have to wait. No, because nothing has happened. There's no word of him since then, so that's all the better. But anyway, thank you, everyone. See you later, and bye.